Hey everybody, welcome to Joy Has Questions, and tonight I am going to be talking about Donald the Scammer and how he is trying his damnedest to make Chicago his latest target practice. The reason why I feel that it is so necessary for me to comment on this is because I am a Chicagoan. I was born and raised here. I love this city. I am a Chi-Town girl to the fullest. I am, most recently, as President Obama said, a girl of the South Side. Like, even hearing those words still just gives me chills because it's something now that is synonymous with being educated and down and cultural and cool and relatable and still so damn intelligent and otherworldly and just an all around good black woman. And that's what we are. Like when you look at Michelle Obama, you are looking at what a typical South Side of Chicago woman is. Like the stereotypes that we face in terms of we're welfare queens, we're trap queens, we set dudes up, we're all ghetto hood rats. That is, first off, that's nobody homogeneously in an inner city, space. But then on top of it, like it's just so damn annoying when you hear these stereotypes. So moving forward, we are going to be talking about the stereotypes that is happening with Donald Trump trying to label Chicago as a place of carnage. Like carnage, my nigga. Like you say carnage when you just got through watching an episode of like Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead or Power and time you done shot up 30 people. Like that's carnage. Like Chicago has a horrible gun violence problem. Now, as someone who grew up in the low end, I grew up on 50th, and right off 50th and King Drive. It was 50th and Prairie, but that was literally like 47th, the low end. I was always over there as a child. The 90s were more dangerous if we're looking at statistics than what is currently happening. And even though these rates are crazy, do not get me wrong, like 5 people just got shot at Wings Around the World on 75th the other day. Five at once, like that is what we have to get a hold of. And I'm not looking at Chicago, like a Whoville, like, oh man, we just got all the answers. We don't. But to threaten us with bringing in federal protection, basically, or to regulate us, to me just screams of Donald Trump trying to do something because he's upset at us. Like, I don't look at him as truly being concerned. He's trying to use Chicago as an example, and we're not going to have it. Nine Finger Rahm Emanuel needs to put all 9 fingers of his down and be like, look, buddy, you were taking this shit somewhere else. Like, let's just start from the beginning. So, in regards to looking at Trump being upset and saying, if you all don't handle the carnage, it's ridiculous. Yes. Have we had an intense murder rate this year? Definitely. There are 2.7 million people, though, in the city of Chicago. Okay? Damn near 3 million people live here. So if you are looking at it per capita and spread out as how the city is, the murder rate is actually like not higher or more, astronomical. If you want astronomical, then you have to start hitting numbers. So like, man, 1,000 people are getting killed a week. And this is me like trying to make sense, but also make the numbers work in my mind. I am not a mathematician, and I'm not here trying to spy out incorrect facts. So please, side note, I love when my viewers, when you all tell me like, hey girl, Chrisette didn't make 750,000. She made 250, and that still's before tax. Like, I appreciate things like that. Don't think that I'm looking at that going, well, who asked you anyway? I'm not that type of blogger. But getting back to the point, when you compare it in terms of per capita, our murder rate is not that crazy. So much so that we weren't even on the FBI's top 10 list. So you want to come in, why come and patrol a city that didn't even make the top 10? That makes you look inadequate. Like, would you not think that the city that needs top patrolling would be the city that, is number 1 on the list or 1 through 10? Like, we came out, I believe, at 23. No, correction. Springfield, Illinois was the 23rd most dangerous city. Rockford, Illinois, where all my family lives, was 6 on the list. Now, mind you, Rockford has a very high, lower working class of Caucasians. A lot of white on white crime going, apparently. So, Rockford was number 6, Baltimore was 7, Detroit was 2, and then who was number 1? But St. Louis, Missouri. Which, when everyone, number 1 was talking about, oh, Ferguson is in St. Louis. It's like saying, oh, California is just in upheaval, or rather Inglewood is just in upheaval. And it's like, but Inglewood's in California. Like, all ducks are not, or all birds are not ducks, but all ducks are birds. Like, nah, bro, that's not how that works. Like, you can't just homogenize it or pick and choose when you want to use it for your own media advancement. So that's the number one issue that I have. We aren't even the top city. Number two, I smell a dirty bayou skunk rat bitch in this situation. And here's where it's coming from. March 11, 2016. I remember my friends texting me like at 5, like people were in line at the UIC forum, or rather at the pavilion. Was it the forum or the pavilion? One of the UIC, University of Chicago, or University of Illinois at Chicago. So it's a part of the whole U of I network. You know how you have UIS, which is Springfield, U of I, obviously the popular one, Champaign-Urbana, and then you have UIC, which is inside Chicago, but still part of that network. My friends were texting me in the morning, like, we're getting in line now. I don't even think Trump supporters were fully able to get into that rally because everyone who was against Trump shut his shit all the way smooth down. Like, and then he had to cower like a dog with his tail between his legs. It makes me like, oh, we're not doing this for our safety. We know basically you were doing it for your safety. The police was like, look, by law, we have to protect you. But we're telling you now, you're going to create a situation that you can't handle. Chicago is not the city you want to try this with. And so he had to keep it moving and take his racist rhetoric elsewhere. Chicago went blue. No one was singing it for him. And I know, if a man is so obsessed with his image that he will take time. Global issues are going on here. The world is literally about to explode. But you will take time to harp on how many people came to your inauguration, like some teenage horny hormonal girl. Like I'm Regina George, and it's just like I had 35 million people at my party. Like, that just shows to me your level of insanity and just how delusional you are. Like, everyone, alternative facts, let's not lose facts, people. Alternative facts is something that was based on him feeling the need for his press secretary, a person who is put into office to literally be the spokesperson, the media spokesperson for the president. He didn't do it for DAPL to explain that. He didn't do it for this raggedy ass anti-abortion act. Now he out here temporary suspending issuances to like different Muslim countries. But funny though, he didn't do it to the ones that he still got businesses with. Saudi Arabia is good. Smooth. Turkey is good. Istanbul been blowing itself the fuck up for the past couple of years, but he didn't. Those Muslims are okay because he still has ties to it. Like, how is he not getting impeached? Like, he is in direct conflict of interest. He can't make unbiased decisions because he has too many business ties that he refuses to let go of. And we still have yet to see his tax returns. So for you to sit there and when it, or basically for me, when I look at him, I don't trust him. He don't give a fuck about what's happening off Cottage Grove or King Drive or in Inglewood or Lawless Gardens or Roseland or the Low End. He doesn't care about any of these or the West Side. He don't care about any of these underprivileged neighborhoods. What Donald Trump is for is to make a point. Because Chicago had the audacity to come for him, had the audacity to, to speak out against whatever it was, or that we weren't here cooing and oohing and on at his bullshit. This man takes time out to Photoshop his hands to look bigger. Like, he's that type of narcissistic idiot. Like, and I think he's a sociopath. I don't have a psychology major. I have a psych minor, and I'm like, you have all the tendencies. I'm looking at it. I'm waiting for it to happen. And you got the codes to the damn nukes. We're all going to blow the fuck up. I'm just, get right with God. Get your soul winds tightened. Have a couple of church meeting sessions. And talk to your parents if you haven't in a while. Because it's happening. Like, he's going to kill us all. And then what makes me even, like, everyone always jokes or laughs at me when I'm just like, or not laughs at me, but they laugh in the sense of like, Joy, you just are really going to call him this. He is literally Hitler to me. If I have to be the Charles de Gaulle or the French Revolutionary in this situation, then so be it. This man is Hitler. The propaganda, he's saying how he's going to bring jobs back into the economy, but he's going to do it by disenfranchising working class Americans who are, by discriminating against them because of their either race, sexual preference, or sexuality, or their religion. This is literally what Hitler did. He started to strip the Jews of like their rights. So businesses they couldn't own their businesses, you know. They had to have curfews. They had to be put on regulated lists. Is this not what he's doing, what Trump is doing right now? I'm waiting for Auschwitz to be built in the US. And for everyone who is kowtowing to him, you are literally the problem. Just like everyone who, if you were sitting here and saying, oh, we need to have federal regulation in Chicago, but I ain't seen you lift up a damn thing. You ain't mentored nobody. You haven't worked a summer at Lighthouse Youth Camp like I did. I don't see you going to Launch You for any of their, mentorship programs with high school seniors. Did that as well. I don't even see you go. You don't even have to be a part of a program. I don't even see you going in the hood or like talking to these kids. Sometimes when I see these kids acting crazy on a bus, on CTA, I don't come at them crazy. I'll be like, yo, can I talk to you for a second? You are so pretty. You are so handsome. Why are you cursing like this? Like, these kids want to be acknowledged. They want to feel like their voice makes a difference. And the reason why they go and fucking stir crazy is because everyone else is just pushing them more and more into the ghettos, more and more into themselves. And they have no absolute outlet at all. So they're having this mentality of like this stir crazy animal, and then on top of it, they're feeding on each other. Like, it's literally what happens when you put rats in a box and then you put heat on top of it. They eventually are going nuts. They're panicking. They don't know what's happening. They're like, what the fuck is going on? And then they start to kill each other out of sheer fright and terror. That is what is happening in this situation. So if you have not been a person to be an advocate, to help out, to lend a helping hand, to do anything, but you trying to welcome the feds here, then fuck you. And I don't care about my network and, oh, Joya, you need to consider this. No, screw that. This is bigger than that. I don't care if anyone who I'm trying to get a job with looks at this and has I really feel this way. This is a problem. And this is something that we all as a community need to be taking into account and trying to help fix the problem. There needs to be more jobs brought into this city, but yeah, Donald Trump thinks it's a good idea to cut. He wants to take funding from 17 long-standing national humanities programs. Corporation for Public Broadcasting, PBS, he wants to completely privatize it, okay? Literally, that is how I learned as a kid. I literally tell all my friends this, like, man, I was a kid in the hood, but my parents made me watch Nova, Nature, American Experience, Mr. Rogers. Like, that's how I learned as a child. And this is what he wants to do. He wants to take this away. He wants to take money from the humanities program. He wants to take money from the Department of Justice, but specifically the Civil Rights program. So you know how the Department of Justice had that huge 67 or 100-some page document saying how, the police department of Chicago systematically fuck with people of color and have racist practices. Yeah, they had to fund that. I think it cost like maybe $1.36 or like $1.18 per United States, citizen. That's where he wants to take money from. But he wants to give tax breaks to the rich. This is not going to stand. If I have to keep doing videos like this, I'm sorry. I don't have gossip for you all tonight. I have facts, I have truths, and I have real shit. As a Chicagoan, I've been out of country. I know what it's like to walk down the street and a person is literally coming to you with an AK. And and I'm like, should I ask you a question? Should I leave you alone? Should I just be like, hands up, I'm just trying to get a macaroon on, this Parisian street? What? It's not comfortable. And if he's going to do it in Chicago, don't think for a second that it won't happen to you. We didn't think Donald Trump would get elected. His ass got elected. Okay? We didn't think Hitler would do the Holocaust. And Germany, we still don't know what else Germany is good at. Because they will forever have that mark on them. And even if Donald Trump gets impeached or hopefully dies or whatever, the fact of the matter is we still have that mark on our white shirt. Well, even though it ain't that white. But we still have that mark on us that we allowed this clown to get into office. We voted him in. And this is the bullshit that we have to stop. I want everyone to turn up, have an amazing weekend. I'm not trying to be that girl to be Debbie Downer or be like, oh man, she fucking up my vibe. I'm trying to have this Henny and Red Bull. Do you? But also know, if you can turn up, you can show up. And that's what we all need to do. We need to keep marching. We need to keep looking at all these mandates that are happening. And we need to keep saying fuck you and standing up against it and resisting it. Because this is not about to go down. Love and light, and I will holler at you guys over the week. Bye.